Well, welcome to the meeting place. I really am excited because today it's all about, well, it's Q&A time, and I wanted to be here with you so that you can ask me any questions that you may have. And so I'll keep my eye on the chat to see if you have any questions and answer them. And you don't have to be here. Although I would love that you be here today and that I get to answer your questions live. But if you have questions, make sure you put them in the comments below and I'll still answer them. I'll still reach out to you and answer them. But I wanted to start it off with the number one question that I get all the time. And that is, how do I find my purpose? And I want to ask you this. Do you want to find your purpose? Because I would 100% guarantee that it probably isn't the way that you think. And so I wanted to really just spend a little time addressing this. And like I said, if you have any questions, let me know. I am, and I know you're like, who is this? And why is she going to tell me about my purpose? Well, I am Michelle O'Neill, and I am a purposeful living coach and boundary strategist, and I mentor successful, high achieving, heart centered women and how to create and live out their own unique, purposeful blueprint. And so I love talking about purpose all the time. Ask anyone that knows me, right? So today I wanted to really dive into, how do I find my purpose? And I can best believe that it's not exactly what you think. Now, before I dive in, I also want you to let me know that you're there. And if you've been to one of my lives before, just say been there before or hashtag before, whatever you want to put. And then if you're new, put hashtag newbie because I haven't decided what my been there before hashtag is yet. So anyway, I want to tell you first, the number one key to finding your purpose is look at the clues. And so, what am I talking about? Well, um, there are clues in your life, all through your life, on what your purpose has been or what your purpose is. And you're never too old or too young to start seeking out your purpose. The thing is, you need to start looking back on your life. What things are you strong in? Where are your strengths? What things are you weak in? What things come naturally for you? What things are your gifts? What things are your talents? What things are you naturally drawn towards in your life? What things are you curious about? And what things keep showing up in your life over and over and over again? Because you can best believe that these are the clues in your life to who you're becoming, who you become as you work towards your purpose. And so a perfect example is one of my clients and my daughter. Is her purpose. She knows now without a doubt that one of the things for her to do is to be a music therapist. And so if we look back over her life, we see that there are clues continually there. Well, she's always been interested in music. She's always been singing. In fact, that was what I did. I used to sing for the Air Force, in the Air Force band, and I have been singing since I was 9 years old, talent shows and everything. And so, naturally, or you would think naturally, that has always interested her. But there was something unique about how, when she was around music, like she would remember things that I even had a hard time to remember. She would remember as a young child the words to the songs that I had to learn way before I would. And she'd always be, Mom, that's the wrong words. Mom. And so she had a natural ability or gift to just take these words and these melodies and create better things out of them, or remember them. And so that's one of the first clues that I don't that she had. Now, a lot of times during the course of our discovering who we are, we may journey down a road that isn't exactly our purpose. So her thing was she wanted to be a singer, a vocalist, a famous vocalist. And I'm not saying that that's out of the cards for her and that she'll never do that. But during the process of going back to school, so that's what she did. She knew what she loved, music. And so she wanted to hone in on her craft. And so as she started honing in her craft, she realized that there were other things that you could do with music. From being in school and around that environment, she started getting more clues that there were other things that she could do with music. But now let's go back to when she was younger. And not only that, she also realized that she had a heart for the people that other people didn't want to be around or couldn't understand. She had a heart for the underdog. I remember so many times when she was growing up, she would always bring the underdog home. The people, I'm like, what's going on? And she says, but no one pays attention to them. No one likes them. No one understands them. And so she has this heart and this aptitude for being able to communicate with people that other people had a hard time communicating with. And so she finally said to me just recently, Mom, I know what I'm supposed to be. I want to be a music therapist for autism. And I thought that was so amazing that she knew what it was. And I thought, that's perfect for you, knowing the clues that had been dropped all over her life. But then let me add one more thing to that. Now, not only did she know what she wanted to do and her purpose in life, but then we just found out recently that she has these twins that this month they'll be 3 years old. And we found out that one of them is on the autism spectrum. And so not only will she have the tools and some ways to help her own child, but by helping her child and living with her child day to day, she'll learn better skills and ways to help others that she want to help. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about look at the clues in your life. What things keep showing up? What things pull at your heart? What knowledge is easy or that you naturally gravitate towards? And so the first thing I said is looking for the clues. And then I want you to understand your purpose is greater, much, much greater than you. And it won't be something that you can do alone. If it is, it's too small. And it's not what you were put here to do. It's nothing that you can accomplish alone. Remember that. And then I want you to know that your purpose, it breathes. It's a living thing. Sometimes you may feel that it shrinks, and other times it may expand, but it is your purpose. You may find, like my daughter, that is not only music therapy that she wants to do, it's not just in that realm, but it's actually music therapy for artistic children. And so sometimes what you believe your purpose, I want to change the world. I want to make sure that there's a greener earth, but it may shrink. You may find out that yes, this is the the big picture, but that picture may shrink down into something smaller. That not that you make the whole earth green, but that you serve and save the natural parks in your area. But in that way, you're still living out your purpose. And then I want you to know that it may not show up in the way that you think. And so I want to share with you another story, my story. You know, as a child, like my daughter, I sung. I used to sing, I was a vocalist, and I loved singing. But my reason for singing wasn't because I wanted to be famous, but for me, it was my way of communicating what I felt. It was my way of reaching out and sharing what I felt with others, and my way of receiving their emotions and their thoughts too. And so I thought that I was supposed to be, because it was a talent that I had and that I could sing, and that there was a way that I could reach people. And I never understood why I got the responses that I did for others. I thought I was supposed to be a famous singer or some type of performer, that I was supposed to be on stage reaching others, that was my stage. And so I pursued that in so many ways: talent shows, um, being in on stage in plays, singing for the military. And I thought that was what I was supposed to do, but my heart wasn't in it. And then I realized that was just my staging ground. That was just to give me the tools and the knowledge to move forward. But it wasn't what my purpose was. My purpose was to be able to be on this stage right here before you now, to be able to speak to others, to be able to share with others how important it was for them to do the thing that they were put here, created for. How to share with them how to serve their purpose, and how to do it with a strength and a love and an expertise that I would not have had if I had not gone through what I had gone through and learned before. And so sometimes our purpose don't show up in the ways that we think they should. And sometimes we veer a little off course because we think we're falling, or going along the path that our purpose is. But it's okay, because everything you have and everything you go through is for a reason. And so I just want to check in. I have been going so far that I haven't even checked in to see if you're hearing, me, if I'm clear. And so I want you to tell me yes, not if you're physically hearing me, but if you're hearing me in your heart, if you're understanding that you have a purpose. And these are just some of the ways to find your purpose. And then I want you to know that your purpose is universal. It is in every part of your life. Everything you do, when you go to work, when you're with your children, when you're with your husband, your significant other, your purpose is played out in the conversations you have, in the things you do, in the life you live, in the conversations you have with strangers, total strangers. They will see your purpose and your life, in your life, shine through. So although you're not living out fully your purpose, you will always have a meaningful life, because you're moving towards what you were created to do. And so I want to leave you with these thoughts. I want to share with you some of the inroads that I work with my clients with, and that is there's a lot of inner work first. You have to really understand what drives you. Why are you doing the things you do? Why are you reacting a certain way towards certain things? And you have to understand, who are you? And not only who you are, but who do you want to be? And who are you becoming through the process? And sometimes we don't see that in and of ourselves. Sometimes we need someone to help us through that process, someone on the outside to show us the things that are right there before us. But we're so too close and too blinded by our past to see it. And then we want to know, what's stopping us? What's stopping us from moving forward in our purpose? What's stopping us to pursue the thing that we know we should be pursuing? What's stopping us from creating meaning in our life? What's stopping you? What's stopping you from being all that you're created to be? And then why? Why does it matter? Why do you care? Why are you right here on this live today? Why are you listening to the replay? Why is it pulling at your heartstrings? Why does it matter? Why? Why did you wake up this morning? Why are you searching? We need to be able to answer these questions. And then, what do you want? Can you answer that? Do you know? Do you care? What do you want? What do you want? Have you ever been asked by someone, you want to go and you want to go out and eat, and then they say, well, what do you want to eat? What? And to save your life, you know you're hungry. You know you want something, but you have a taste for something, but you just can't figure out what that is. That's what I work to help you find out. What do you want? Because you need to know that. And then there's always not just the inner work, but there is the practical application, the actual work to start creating that meaning and that blueprint for your life. You know, your number one question is, yeah. Or your second question is, yeah, I know what I want. Now, how do I make it happen? What do I need to do to make sure I can make that happen? And so I hope I've answered that question for you. How do I find my purpose? It's not an easy road, but it is the only road to having a satisfying, significant, fulfilling life. You were created for a specific purpose that only you have the ability, the know-how, the knowledge, the expertise to fill. And so I leave you today to say, to ask, what is your purpose? Are you willing to do the work to find out what it is and work towards it? I am thrilled that you've hung out with me today on the meeting place. This is my heart. This is why I'm here, to help you find what you were created to do, and to provide that support, that accountability, the resources, and be your cheerleader to help you come up with that magnificent blueprint for your life. And so until the next time, I can't wait to see you and be with you and talk with you. So talk more on the meeting place. Invite someone that you know need to hear this. Share this so others could know how important it is to know our purpose and to live it out every day. Until next time, see you on the meeting place. Take care. Bye-bye.